Hi, I'm Mark Cleghorn and welcome to Pose-Tober on the Photographer Academy. And we're looking at boudoir photography and how you can add different ideas into your session to either spice it up or just to add more variety. So every day on the Academy, we're adding one new image in for you, and you can check up here on our YouTube channel to kind of see the same content, but obviously our members get it ahead of time. But the Pose-Tober series is focused obviously on boudoir photography and their kind of how-to, so I'll explain the poses step by step. We can also look at why to add them in, perhaps into your sessions to add that variety. But I'm sure that during the 31 ideas that we're giving you during the course of the month, you're going to be able to take it away, whether it's classic, creative, different moods and styles, different body shapes. You'll be able to actually add in the different kind of styles, as I said. So pose 13 in Pose-Tober is the elegant twist pose. It's perfectly exaggerated here, in fact, with a bridal boudoir image kind of thing. So sitting or kneeling, twisting the torso slightly with one hand resting on the thigh, hip, or drop to the side. Okay. The key thing is here is the knees are apart. The subject is not sitting down on the bottom, resting on the legs, as it were. So they're not in the seated kneeling pose. They're actually in the kind of the kneeling up. Quite strong image, this. Don't be afraid to shoot a little bit lower than even I've shot this here. So you're almost on the line of the bed to shoot upwards. The key thing, though, is to make sure that the knees to begin with are not flat. So in other words, I don't want the flat to the back, and I don't want the subject in a profile position, because then it's more difficult to get the twist in pose. So the knees apart, subject is turned about 45 degrees away from the background light sources, as it were, in this case the window behind her, and then basically the knees are apart, and then that will allow a good balance point. It's quite hard if she had on her shoes at this stage. So this is a kind of image where, as you can see, especially with bridal boudoir, where I remove the shoes and we just cover the feet with a bit of netting and so on with it. Right, so now all we've got to do is twist the shoulders around towards the camera position, and we do that by twisting the hip first, and that just actually starts to put all the weight on the back leg and allows the actual front leg to actually be that kind of balance point again with it. Like I said in the few words, really whatever you do with the hands then is really down to you. We could bring them up to the hair, kind of tying the hair. We could bring them to the back of the bra strap, adjusting the nickel line, whatever you want to do. But it's just really about the twisting of the body. If we didn't have the netting kind of covering over the bra at this point, you would be seeing one boob. You wouldn't be seeing the second one at all. And you're only seeing really the edge of the boob. If you want to add implied topless into this image, it's very easy to do, in fact, because this front arm, which is dropped straight down here, could actually go across the bust and completely hide the bust that would be visible to camera position and things, really. So this elegant twist is a really good a starting point in getting the client more a vertical in stance instead of just laying down or sitting down all the time with it and things, really. Not all subjects look really good stood up. I mean, that sounds weird, but we've usually got to use netting or whatever it is to disguise something about the body. And when I say disguise, it's about correcting problems that I've created through the pose that I've put them in and how gravity is taking hold of flesh. It's not like when a client is fully dressed where we can kind of completely contain the shape with the outfit that they've got on. When we're shooting boudoir, unless they're in a full bodysuit as such, we need to really take control and disguise the elements as well. But look, add this in. I guarantee you, shoot this tomorrow. You're going to keep shooting it and shooting it every single session that you do. So turn the subject away from the camera position, have the knees positioned about 45 degrees in a pose position, separate the knees fully apart, Make sure that the feet are not together because we want the subject to kneel upwards in a more vertical stance, and then basically start by twisting the hip and then finally twisting the shoulders towards us. If you'd like to see some more content on the Photographer Academy, simply go over to thephotographeracademy.com, and if it's boudoir photography you're interested in, just scroll onto portrait, then kind of scroll down to boudoir, click onto that, and you'll see a whole host of different kind of topics for you to actually click onto, and any of the orange banners then takes you to the pages where you can actually follow that through to see more of our content.